Are you kinky in an open relationship and somehow your relationships aren't quite working or you don't know what to say to your partner? My name is Reid. I'm from ReidAboutSex.com, and this is Dr. Liz. I call you that, but is that
Dr.
how
Liz. Yeah, Dr. Liz is great.
Dr. Liz, because it might stick.
It could stick. I'm
Okay.
good with it sticking.
And you're Dr. Liz from?
SexPositivePsych.com.
SexPositivePsych.com. So to answer that question, what are like 1 or 2 tips for people who might be kinky, who might be in open relationships, but they don't know how to talk to their partners? What would you advise?
So the biggest 2 things that I would say are, number 1, make sure that you're really clear on what it is that you want. A lot of times when I have folks coming to see me with this kind of problem, they aren't super clear on what it is that they want, so it's hard for them to ask their partner. So make sure that you've taken some time and figured out what is a relationship structure that works for you. How do you want them to touch you? What is it that is the problem, and what is it that you actually want in a positive fashion, not just what you don't want them to do? Second thing I would say is that the more you leave unsaid, the more that will get between you and a partner. So if there's something...
Hey, slow down, this is good. The more that you leave unsaid, the more what?
will get between you and your partner.
Okay.
So there's this gulf of things unsaid that can develop in a partnership, where this thing happens and you wanted to tell them something about it, but you didn't, and it just kind of sits there in between you. And every time that happens, that gulf gets a little bit bigger.
And then you wait for the right time to come clean about everything.
And then there's never a right time to come clean about everything because it's too much. It overwhelms them.
So what's your professional
Say it.
advice?
Say it. There's never going to be a right time. Like maybe right after their grandmother died isn't the perfect time, but in day-to-day life, everything's going to be stressful. People are going to be busy. There's never going to be a perfect time to say it. So just figure out what it is you want to say, sit them down, start the conversation. And a good way to start those conversations I've found is sharing that you're feeling uncomfortable about it first, whether that's, hey, I'm feeling nervous about sharing this with you because I'm afraid of how it'll affect our relationship. I'm feeling really worried about how you're going to react to what I have to say. Whatever it is that you're feeling, sharing that up front helps kind of defuse the situation and puts you on more level terms.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the difficult conversation formula for those of you who know that. And you can go to ReidAboutSex.com/difficult convo. That's similar because you're sharing the things that you're afraid might happen, the things you want to have happen, and then what you want. And so I think the big takeaway is, even if you're watching this and you're not kinky or in an open relationship, there's never a perfect time, usually, but waiting longer and having more things that you haven't said is not bringing you closer.
No, and again, it creates pain for you, and your partner can tell there's something going on. People are generally fairly perceptive. They may not know what it is, but if your partner thinks that something's going on and they don't know what it is, they're going to guess that it's way worse than what it actually is.
Yes. And you would know this as a doctor.
As a doctor, I would know this.
Psychology things. And where's your website again?
SexPositivePsych.com. So SexPositivePsych.com.
Like psychology.
Like psychology.
Smart. Leave comments. What do you think? What about the advice?
Love to hear it.
Check out Dr. Liz. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really, like...